The first time she stepped onto the training field, the others thought she was lost. She was quiet, wiry, with a calm in her eyes that didn't fit the chaos of the base. No swagger, no bark in her tone, just silence, soft footsteps, and a tight black braid that looked out of place among the buzz cuts and square jaws. The recruits, mostly men, all loud, whispered and then laughed openly. Some thought it was brave of her to try. Others thought it was foolish. No one saw her as a threat. By the third day, the whisper had become a pattern. She's too small. She's holding us back. She won't make it past week 1. She never responded. She didn't flinch. She didn't fold, but she noticed. Of course she did. They called her Ghost Girl behind her back because she hardly spoke and somehow always finished her drills without being noticed. While others grunted, cursed, or collapsed, she moved like breath. Quiet, constant, controlled. She ran the morning 5 mile with no complaint, climbed the obstacle walls with no celebration, crawled through the mud with no hesitation. But when it came to the firing range, they laughed again. Her form was different, slightly angled, elbows tighter, fingers moving with odd precision. It wasn't textbook, it wasn't standard. One recruit scoffed loud enough for the drill sergeant to pause. What kind of grip is that? That's not how we're taught. The girl ignored it. She squeezed the trigger once, then twice, then 4 more times in seamless rhythm. Each shot hit dead center. Silence followed. No one spoke, but no one admitted they were impressed either. Not yet. Then came the night drills. Rain, mud, zero visibility. The recruits moved in pairs, trying to navigate with near-empty mags, low battery flashlights, and sheer adrenaline. Most stumbled, some failed, but the girl finished first, alone. When asked how she did it, she simply said, "I listened." It was the 5th morning of training when the bruises started showing on her arms. Faint but deliberate, curved like a brand. Most thought they were just marks from the climb ropes or her gear rubbing too hard. But the colonel noticed something different. He had returned early that day, arriving on base before sunrise unannounced. He didn't wear medals, didn't make speeches, just observed. From the shadows of the tower, arms folded, watching every detail, his eyes locked on her during the hand-to-hand drills. She wasn't just good, she was surgical. Every movement had intent, her stance, off-center, but rooted. Her eyes unblinking, calculating. The man twice her size that charged her landed flat on his back within 3 seconds. Not from brute force, from precision. She moved like someone trained to end threats before they began. That's when he saw it. On the underside of her forearm, partially hidden by sweat and dust, a mark, curved, burned faintly into the skin, like a scar. The colonel's jaw tensed. He descended the tower slowly, moving through the line of instructors. His boots crunched on the gravel as he approached the girl. She stood at attention, mud on her face, steady breath in her chest. He said nothing at first, just looked, then leaned in and whispered low enough that only the instructors heard. One of the instructors blinked. "Sir, I thought that program was dissolved." The colonel's voice turned flat. "No, it was buried. There's a difference." He stepped back and looked at the girl, not with amusement or curiosity, but with something close to respect. Then he turned to the others and spoke loud enough for every recruit to hear. "You all judged her by size, by silence, by your own weakness. She was trained under the program that takes 1 in every 1,000, a group that doesn't wear rank, doesn't take credit, operates in places we don't put on maps. She's not here to prove herself. She's already done more than you ever will." The recruits stared, eyes wide. Some shifted uncomfortably. A few looked down at their boots, unable to meet her eyes. The colonel looked at the instructors. The weeks that followed changed everything. No more whispers, no more doubt. When she spoke, they listened. When she moved, they followed. Some tried to match her pace. Most couldn't. But it wasn't just about strength or speed. It was the way she carried herself. The way she treated the weakest with patience. The way she never celebrated others' failure or used her skill for attention. She wasn't there to win. She was there because she had chosen to be. By the end of training, many graduated with pride. She graduated with silence. On the final day, the colonel handed out completion tags to every recruit. When he reached her, he didn't say a word. He just nodded, and for the first time, she smiled. Don't judge strength by noise. Don't mistake silence for weakness. Some warriors don't wear medals, they wear scars. And the strongest person in the room isn't always the loudest. Sometimes it's the one who already survived battles you'll never know about and shows up anyway.